right, hello kindergarten and first grade. Welcome to your first week, and this is going to be your first art lesson of the year. I'm super excited. We are going to be studying lines, and so I made us a little line chart. Lines are in the world everywhere we look. I'm going to go over my lines on my line chart. This will be in Google Classroom in case you want to look at it later. But these lines right here are called diagonal lines. These lines right here that go like this are called spiral lines. These are zigzag lines. They go up and down and up and down. A curved line is kind of like a rainbow. It's curved. A dotted line is a line that's made of dots. A horizontal line is a line that lays flat down, goes side to side. A vertical line is a line that goes up and down. A wavy line goes up and down too, like a wave. And curly lines are kind of like loop-de-loops, loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. Okay? So what we're going to be doing today, kindergarten and first grade, is we are going to be making some About Me shoes. Now, Miss Rains' feet were too big to fit on the paper, so her heels are hanging off. But you're going to have enough room on your paper to draw your shoes. Okay? So what I did was I drew my shoes. I traced my feet first, and then on each of these sections, I put something that was important to me. So I'm going to go over this example. Right here on this section, I drew my family. This is me and my mom, and I wrote my family. Now, right here is my zigzag line. So I did a zigzag line right here for that section. Right here, I drew my dogs. I have two dogs. So I did a loop-de-loop line, a curly line. And at the bottom it says, I love blue, because I love the color blue. So here on my other foot, I have a picture of a butterfly because I love butterflies. Right here on this section, oh, and I used a horizontal line right here underneath my butterfly. And right here it says Miss Rains because my name is Miss Rains. And down here, I drew some hills and some sunshine and the sky because I love to be outside. I love to go hiking. I love to go walking. Anything outside is fun, okay? So what you're gonna need today is a piece of paper, a pencil, and then if you have crayons or markers, you're gonna need those, okay? So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna turn your paper side to side. This is up and down, we don't want that. You're gonna turn your paper side to side so that you have room to trace both of your shoes, okay? So I'm going to put my paper on the floor real quick. I know you can't see me putting it on the floor, but I am. And I'm gonna trace my shoes. And I'm going to trace them with a pencil. That way, if I make a mistake, I can erase. Okay? So here's my shoes. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil and we're going to choose one of the lines that we like on the line chart. Now, here's my example just so we can see it. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw 4 lines, 4 total. And so I have one line right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Okay? So I'm going to start with my lines first. Again, you guys are going to use pencil because you might need to erase if you make a mistake. But because you can't really see pencil on my video, I'm going to go ahead and use a black marker so that you can see them. Now, don't use a black marker because your lines are going to be outlined with different colored markers. I've got pink, green, blue, and orange. Okay? So don't use a black marker. That's just for Miss Rain so you can see her. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my first line, and I really like curly lines, so I'm going to do my first line as a curly line. Okay? And then down here, I'm going to do another line, and I like wavy lines, so I'm going to do a wavy line. Okay? I have 1, 2 lines. I can move on to my second foot. Once you have 2 lines on this foot, make 2 lines on this foot. And maybe this time I just want a straight horizontal line. So I'm going to draw a straight line right there. And maybe for the last one, I like zigzag lines. So for the last one, I'm going to zigzag line. Now, my shoes are ready. They have their 4 lines. So I am ready to move on. And what I'm going to do is in each of these sections that my lines created, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw what I want in each section that says about me. So, for example, let's say that you have, trying to think. You have, your family is really important to you. Let's say that you want to draw your family. So you can pick one of these sections and draw your family, all right? Maybe another thing that is important to you is that you have a pet cat, or if you have a pet dog, you can draw those in that section. So let's just pretend that you have a dog. You can draw your dog however you want. Well, I'm going to draw a dog real fast. And here's his floppy ears. All right, now I have a dog. Remember, I need to do that in pencil because if I mess up, I need to have an eraser. So now it's time for me to go ahead and pull out my crayons or my markers. If you don't have crayons or markers, that's okay. You can send me a message and say, Ms. Rains, I don't have crayons or markers, and that way you won't lose points for not having color because you do need to have color on your drawing. My dog has brown ears, so I'm gonna go ahead and color. But when I color with a crayon, I want to make sure that I'm going up and down really slow and I'm filling in all that space. Okay, so I'm filling in all that space. Look how beautiful that looks. If I scribble, that doesn't look very good. So I need to make sure that I go nice and slow, take my time and not scrabble. Okay, so my dog's ears are colored in. Now, my dog has a pink tongue, so I'm going to go ahead and color her tongue in pink. All right, and my dog also has a brown spot on the outside of her eyes. In my example, I did my dog's right here. My dog has a brown spot on the outside of her eye, so I'm going to take my brown crayon and I'm going to make sure that she's got her little brown spot. And dogs have whiskers, so we're going to make sure that we draw our whiskers. And now we have a dog. So if you are ready, then we're going to go ahead and start our project. What I'm going to do is, after I draw this section, I need to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces of 6 things about me. And my example is going to be on Google Classroom in case you forget or if you need some ideas. Then you can go back to the Google Classroom and click on my example for your for reference, okay? So after I do one section, I'm ready to move on to the next section. All right, so we need 6 things about you. We're gonna go back to the regular Google Meet, so you don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna stop the video and I'm gonna appear back in the regular classroom and we are going to spend some time doing this About Me project together, okay? So if you have questions, then you can raise your hand and ask Miss Rains, all right? This needs to be completed and turned back into the Google Classroom. If you have questions, the lines chart will be on Google Classroom. And my example, my finished example will be on the Google Classroom. But we're going to go ahead and get started so that we have enough time to finish. And maybe some of you guys can share your About Me shoes and I can get to learn a little bit more about you. All right? So stay there. We're going to go back to the regular screen.